welcome to my YouTube channel and blog. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial. Today I am making a Valentine's Day card, or it could just be an I love you card. I'm using the stamp set called Grateful Bunch, and it is from the 2016 annual Stampin' Up! Catalog. I'm pairing this stamp set with some new designer series paper from the Occasions catalog called Falling in Love. There's a pretty image of butterflies that remind me of the butterfly that's in the stamp set. To start the project, I'm using a piece of cardstock that is Blushing Bride, and it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 after it is folded and scored. My card design is going to feature a split panel, and the measurements of the panel are very simple. You can make them any width that you like. I like to make the panels in this design the full height of the card. In this particular project, the panel on the left is 2 inches wide and the panel on the right is 1 inch wide, and both are the full height of the card at 5 1/2 inches. The paper with the butterflies is going to be adhered with snail adhesive directly down to the card base, and the panels will go over it and leave an area in the middle to peek through, so the butterflies will be seen, but they will appear to be behind the doors or behind the shutters. That kind of a peek through look is what I was going for. This will create the illusion of depth in my card. So I am going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to raise these two panels. You can use any kind of a color scheme or any kind of an occasion for this card design. It adapts itself very easily to pattern paper. The pattern paper piece on the front that looks like tulle or netting is from the same paper pack as the butterflies, called Falling in Love. It's just a different side of the paper. There are going to be some hearts that I'm featuring on the card to hold the sentiment and for decoration, and I'm using Sweet and Sassy Hearts framelits dies from Stampin' Up, and it's a very large set of framelits. The panels are mounted onto Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock, and I'm using the same Sweet Sugar Plum ink on top of very vanilla paper to bring the colors together. There's Sweet Sugar Plum in the designer paper and Sweet Sugar Plum on the panels, and now I've brought the Sweet Sugar Plum onto the sentiment as well, so it's going to tie everything together. I'll be stamping in Smoky Slate onto the very vanilla for this little butterfly. I thought perhaps I would add more butterflies, but I think in my mind, if I add more butterflies than just the one, then it's going to be in competition with the piece of pattern paper that is recessed on the card front. So I want to give one butterfly on the front that will kind of echo the butterflies that are inside that recessed portion. I have also cut some silver foil paper, and I used the smallest die that was in the package of Sweet and Sassy Hearts. Sweet and Sassy framelit dies have a straight lined heart and then a very curvy heart. And the sweet heart is what I call the ones that have the straighter lines and more of a straight point. And the sassy hearts are, to me, they're the ones that have the very curvy lines to the bottom point of the heart. So for this project, I've used the sweet ones, not the sassy hearts. We'll use the sassy dies on another project soon. The silver foil brings the eye to the image, and I'm partially hiding some of those behind where the panels are. That way it will create that illusion of depth, and it'll kind of bring everything together. One thing that I really enjoy about Stampin' Up's designer series paper, which is also is pattern paper, is that on the back of the package, they list all of the colors that they are using in that package of paper. Stampin' Up! Coordinates all of their ink and cardstock, and so you're able to use Sweet Sugar Plum ink and have it match perfectly with Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock. In the case of this project, Sweet Sugar Plum is in the Designer Series paper, so I know for a fact that those items will all be tied together if I use the colors that are notated on the paper. It makes working a lot easier for me in all of my card making projects. Here are the sequins from Metallic Sequins Assortment. I like working with them because I have 4 different options whenever I'm using those. I can use a silver, gold, clear, or white. It's a lot of nice variety. I don't normally show the inside decoration of the card, but I thought perhaps it would be nice on this project to show it. And the way that I'm decorating the inside of the card is I'm leaving the sentiment blank, but I'm bringing out those butterflies and I'm giving a multi-generational stamp, which means that I applied the first generation of ink and then I went for a second generation. Thank you for joining me for another card making tutorial. I invite you over to my blog at jennystampsup for more card making inspiration. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Trip. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.